very young age that we have to be prepared for difficult situations we will face during our life. And what helps us to overcome even the most trying and challenging times is the faith in our abilities. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and joining me in conversation is my adherent educator of the day, Mrs. Chandrakala Mishra, Principal, Abhay International School, Vikhroli, Mumbai. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. It's truly an honor to have you today with us.
Thank you, Miss Seema. It is honor for me to be on this prestigious platform. Definitely, you all are honoring principals, and it is great to be honored by such reputed institution. It gives us the boost to work more better because our confidence is boosted because of your appreciative word, and you recognize our work, and which motivate others to do better. And maybe our small story may change others' life a bit.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And your words truly motivates us to do what we are doing. So we are all thankful for that kind words that you shared. So now let us begin our conversation, ma'am. We will start by knowing about your journey. So once upon a time, you started your journey on a mission to make this world a better by becoming an educator. Your love for children has been one of the leading reasons for you to take up teaching as a vocation. So tell me, what reforms you have been accomplishing in the field of education?
See, Miss Seema, I started my journey as a school teacher in 1999. So it is almost 23 years before I started my journey. It was beautiful journey. I was always a curious teacher and curious learner. And still after 23 years, I feel that I am curious learner. Things give me inquisitive nature. They give me motivation to do better. From school journey, then I started as a D.Ed professor, then assistant professor in B.Ed college for 5 years, and then somewhere I felt that I should be connected to children directly, which was not in the case when I was doing professorship in D.Ed and B.Ed college. And then I again moved to school education. That is, I joined as a coordinator and then promoted as a vice principal. Now I am working as a principal. This journey was very beautiful with lots of learning, with lots of experiences, which definitely we share with each other. So today, when I am working as a principal, I still remember my day one as a teacher and the journey which I have done in this 23 years. And I keep my experiences always live for others to share.
Great, ma'am. So, your journey is truly remarkable of so many years. And the 2 years were very different of the pandemic for each one of us. Though pandemic has become an endemic now, but still, I would like to know from you how did your leadership have changed and what you learned during these 2 years to become a better leader in such, especially in such tough time when you don't have your pupils in your school.
Miss Seema, when the pandemic began in March, it was so sudden that first thing in our mind was to close the school. Let us be safe. So when I was at home, I was thinking how to begin now because most of the schools are not techno savvy. Teachers are not so equipped with the technology that they can handle the new things properly. Zoom and other platforms were very, very new for us. So within 1 week, I searched few things and I took first Zoom meeting with my teachers. We all were like how to operate, how to mute, how to unmute. And then I told my teachers, now let us take this challenge. Let us begin teaching each other. So from one for 1 week we taught each other. We used to talk in the evening when we are at home, and we used to demonstrate. Okay, your body position is not correct. Your voice is not coming clean. Your PPT is not visible. You have to mute. You have to unmute. You have to use smartboard, and the journey began. And then this last 2 years we all are rushing just to be techno savvy, but somewhere we are missing mental health. We always talk about mental health of student, parents problem, financial issues, jobs are missed, but no one is talking about teachers mental health. They went through the grilling 2 years where the skill which they were not having for many years they developed within a month. Preparing presentation, teaching online, being always presentable, hopping in from one lecture to another lecture. See, in classroom, it is very easy to go from one classroom to another classroom. But in online, again, Just looking, the students are listening, cameras are on, all are answering, no scribbling, no unnecessary videos are shared, no screen sharing from others. It was very tough for my teachers, for all the teachers around the world. Maybe they are techno savvy, but it was challenge, and I can say we survived. COVID taught us to survive in any condition. So my young teachers with 20 years of experience, they all transformed themselves. And very, very, very thanks to my student and my parents, they cooperated. And I have observed one thing, Miss Seema, during these 2 years, that parents started respecting us more. They started valuing us. They are started understanding that it is not easy to teach. It is just not pouring the knowledge. It is keeping individual differences of the student in mind and teaching. So now when I meet parents, now the things is becoming normal. They appreciate, they take the name of teacher, the teacher is doing wonderful job, and I feel that so many feathers are added to my hat, because my teachers, my team, we all are getting appreciation for what we are supposed to do as a educationist. Pandemic has taught us to take care of our mental health, physical health, balance family life, and again do our best. Maybe daily new resolutions are coming, daily new circulars are coming, but we are tackling that very beautifully. And from last 1.5 month, we are so happy that around 70% students are back in the classroom. They are enjoying. Again, I started getting chocolates, birthday chocolates, which I was missing so much. The day
Wow.
one student from grade one wanted to meet principal because he wanted to see her personally, and he bought rose for me.
Wow.
So, do you think this respect is less than any award for me? I'm more than happy. I'm more than overwhelmed. My teachers are so happy. All the tiredness after the lecture just vanishes when we remember our beautiful faces of student. So really, it is very, very experienced journey of this 2 years pandemic.
Certainly, ma'am. You beautifully brought out that along with the things that we learned about working as a team, collaborative skills, technological skills, we also need to take care of our mental and physical health. That is most important. Yes, and as a parent, I completely agree with you that it's not easy to teach. Teaching is an art and it doesn't come to everyone. I know the 2 years when I have to teach my own kids, how difficult it was for me. So, true, ma'am. We certainly learn to respect teachers even more. So this is what pandemic has brought in. And ma'am wonderfully said to all my dear teachers out there, take care of your emotional, mental well-being, because when you are well, then our kids are doing better. So for them and for yourself also, always remember this beautiful tip shared by ma'am. So going ahead in a conversation, ma'am, as we were talking about the teamwork and the pandemic. So I'm sure that being in the role of a leader demands you to be a role model for many, because nowadays the generation is more of the one who believes in observing and following. So tell me, how do you demonstrate your leadership skills and help your teachers to become better at what they do?
See, Miss Seema, I believe in perfection in imperfection. We should not pretend to be someone. I get angry, sometimes I shout at my teacher, sometimes I sit and I say sorry to them. We sit together, we plan together. All the advices are catered to when we make any decisions. I don't believe in leadership of one core person. It is team effort. And I always believe in parallel leadership. All are leaders with more or less experiences. Maybe a teacher has newly joined, but she is having more knowledge, or maybe her idea may click immediately to us. So in my school, there is no hard and fast rule that you cannot meet principal, you cannot advise her, you cannot say your problems. Even today morning, I started meeting one teacher for 15-20 minutes to understand how things are moving in their life, how they want me to help them in their life. And I will tell you, there was outburst. They were sharing their minor issues also with me. And then I feel that I am connected. Because I am leader, because I have to run the school, that is different. Professionally, I have to run the school. But ultimately, we all are humans and we have to be human.
Yeah.
I may be strict with them. I may give them memo if they are not working properly. I will shout at them if their work is not on time. बट अगेन अल्टीमेटली आई टेल देम कभी कभी काम छोड़ भी तो नहीं होता है, तो डांट खा लो लेकिन अपने मेंटल हेल्थ का ध्यान रखो, खुद का ध्यान रखो। अभी भी हमारे एक टीचर का फेयरवेल है, मैं वहां से ही अभी आ रही हूँ। मैंने भी टीचर्स को कहा यू आर डांस एंजॉय बिकॉज आई हैव वन मीटिंग, सो प्लीज यू ऑल कैरी ऑन, बिकॉज unless they will feel that they are at comfortable place, they are at their second home, how you expect them to give 100%? Just because you are paying them salary, they cannot be bonded labor. They should feel connected, they should feel it is their place. So my school, we believe in parallel leadership, opportunity to everyone who can show the talent, and if you don't have, we will brush it up, don't worry, we will bring you to the level which we expect from you, because you are Hanumanji, you have forgotten your skill, we have not forgotten your skill, we will brush it up and will bring it to that level.
Wow. Very well said, ma'am. I think we are in the time when money cannot just be make an employee loyal to the organization. It's
Correct.
not about money. It's not about the kind of lifestyle, because lifestyle has already been brought up by our parents. Now we look for a community. We look for growing. We need for someone to be always available for us. And this is what you're doing. When the teachers know that, yes, this is an organization where I'll get to grow, where they see me as a person and as a part of their own big family. So that is where I feel that, yes, I'm at the right place and I'm willing to work. Maybe someone might offer me more, but what comfort I get when someone just hear me out. So this is what is needed today, and you have very beautifully set out this example. So we all need to learn this lesson that it's not about just leading the organization, it's about being people's person, and that is very, very crucial, especially when you're dealing with young lives. So this was a wonderful thing that ma'am is doing out there in her organization, talking to each and every teacher individually, understanding their pains. This is what every educator can follow out there. Moving ahead in our conversation, ma'am, today there is an award for everything, and education is also seeing this boom lately. Better late than never. Educators do deserve recognition for their great work they do, especially my women educators. So tell me, do you think education is the forte of women?
Uh, Anyone who wants to do best for the society should come to education line, because education is not a profession, it is a totally dedication where you need to give your 100%. Your own children are your secondary, your school children are your primary. Sorry, I am giving my own example. Sometimes I forget that I have kids at home, and I am so much engrossed. These students are in my mind always. I always think with the minimum facility what best I can give it to them. So yes, being woman, I feel more connected. I feel motherly. But again, I have a team of boys here in my school. They are more than me mother. They care so much to the student. So no field is now gender biased. Now actually, all are who are giving good to the society, who want to learn and grow, who want to be a role model. By telling role model, I doesn't mean to say that you are looking good, you are talking good. Behave naturally, but your nature should be such that others should be get attracted by you. Maybe your knowledge, maybe your caring nature, maybe your nature of inquisitiveness to learn something new. Student get attracted to that. So I believe that maybe this field is for women, but men are doing equally well. And when I appointed first male teacher, there was hesitant. But again, both the male teachers who are not married, they behave more like a motherly figure to the student. Even girl students can share the problems with him. So I feel that the decision was right. So gender equality in my school, give a chance to men. Yes, being women, I feel that we can be more connected. My team is very beautiful, and we all always think the best thing which we can offer to the student. We always never run for the portion to cover, chapters to cover, exams to conduct, project not submitted. No one will ask your result after 10 years. But if we will take care of child's mental health, थोड़ा उनको हेल्प भी कर दिया हमने, कहीं पर कम मार्क्स के बाद भी पास कर दिया, तो वो चाइल्ड के अंदर आप कॉन्फिडेंस देखेंगे। मैंने ऐसा देखा है, हमने कुछ बच्चों को थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट करके आगे किया है, तो आज बच्चे वो मिरेकल कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उन्हें लग रहा है कि स्कूल ने मुझ पर ट्रस्ट किया है, तो मुझे वो ट्रस्ट को रिटेन करना है। तो ये स्कूल का काम है। कि वो सिर्फ किताबी ज्ञान न दे करके बच्चों को कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाएं, उन्हें ये बताएं कि आप लाइफ में कुछ भी कर सकते हैं जो आप अचीव करना चाहते हैं। उनको ये बताएं कि 90% ही सब कुछ नहीं है, आप 40% में भी लाइफ में सर्वाइव कर सकते हो। मैं हमेशा मेरा एग्जांपल देती हूँ, मैं उनको बोलती हूँ कि आपको पता नहीं ना मुझे कितना परसेंट आया था 10th में, पर मैं आपके प्रिंसिपल हूँ ना, तो बिलीव मी आप भी लाइफ में कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। मैंने कहा शायद मैं पास भी हुई थी कि नहीं हुई थी, दो रिजल्ट लेकर पास हुई थी, तो दे लाफ एट मी, उनको लगता है नहीं मैम शुड बी वेरी इंटेलिजेंट एंड ऑल, बट
Hmm.
वी ऑल लर्न फ्रॉम आवर एक्सपीरियंसेस। मैं बच्चों को
Yeah.
बोलती हूँ लर्न फ्रॉम योर एक्सपीरियंसेस, do mistakes, do lot of masti, but again study and achieve your goal in your life.
Wonderful. I think very, very beautiful thoughts, ma'am, you share that yes, for if you want to give back to the society, come in the field of education because when you educate a child, you educate generations ahead.
Yes,
So, a
yes,
very beautiful thought. And I really love the point where you mentioned that boost the confidence of the child that he is good in his own capabilities and he can do anything, whatever be his score, because scores or marks are not what are deciding me or my success. So it's all about boosting the confidence of the child and giving them exposure that there is so much to do. Yes, academics are important, but what is more important is to have faith in your own self and your own skills. So two amazing thoughts shared by ma'am here. So moving ahead, ma'am, and Guy, to all my team over there, I would also like to mention that when we were talking about women in education, ma'am has been bestowed by Nari to Narayani Award in the field of education in the year 2021. So that is again Nari to Narayani Day. Yes, na- today Nari is Narayani, and we can see so many women in education. And today we have a leader who is talking about why can't men be equally in education as much as women. So some amazing, wonderful thoughts shared by ma'am. Moving ahead in our conversation, ma'am, you said that you believe in parallel leadership and lead as an unbiased ear to opinion of all the members. So, what about when you are in trouble? What about when you need advice? So, name that educationist you look up to for your advice, inspiration, and support.
see Seema ma'am, my journey was very beautiful and I learned from each person. So in my all organization, maybe the person may be senior, maybe junior, I learned from them. Now I see many educators who are doing really good in the society, maybe they are not on social media and all. Yesterday also, day before yesterday, we had a very beautiful session with Miss Revati Srinivasan,
Mhm.
and then we have many teachers like Kalyani Patnaik ma'am, one of the principal. They all are epitome of knowledge, but again when you will meet them, they will behave like they are your friend. They will advise you, they will talk to you. So again, I don't have any one particular role model. Even my young teacher, just joined, newly joined teacher, may be my role model for the situation. And sometimes if I feel कि no I cannot move, मैंने मुझे ये चीजें नहीं हो रही है करने के लिए, as a school leader I cannot take decision, I sit with my core team, I burst out, I डिस्कस एवरीथिंग क्या करना चाहिए हमें सिचुएशन में, और फिर हम एक कॉन्क्रीट डिसीजन लेते हैं, because you're a leader it doesn't mean that your decisions are always right, because it goes on your head कि रे I am the principal so I should be always right. No, sometimes you are also wrong, so I sit, I apologize to them, and then we move forward. I take advice from my coordinator. With my young teachers I learn from them. Some teacher they always sing dance and always happy, तो I tell them अरे तुम लोगों से सीखना पड़ेगा कि ये स्ट्रेस को दूर करके हमेशा खुश कैसे रहना है. So all are my leader who were there with me in my bad days, in my good days, in my progressing day, and now also, particularly known in ma'am.
Ma'am, you know what? I think what you said about experiencing the great leaders is absolutely true because I think 6 months back, we have Mrs. Revati Srinivasan on our show, and I was talking to her and understanding that what it takes to be a great leader. And you rightly said that we should be open for suggestion. Today, we were facing some heavy technical issues at our studio, and no one was able to fix it. Surprisingly, the office boy was the one who had the right advice to fix how it can be done, and we were all startled. So this is what it takes. You should be open. Anyone can help you. So the office boy, he doesn't even know anything. He just shuffled few wires and we were on. So this is what happens when you let everyone to be a team and work as a team. So great advice by you, ma'am. Now, on this note, we reach to the very interesting segment of the show. This is called the rapid fire round.
Seema
You
ma'am,
have to, yeah,
I want you to pet your office boy, because when
yeah.
he will go home, that big smile will be on his face and he will feel valued. He will
Oh,
be
we all.
feeling, yes.
Oh, we already did that, ma'am. Everyone just lifted him on his shoulder, and we were like, "Yay, we are on!" So, because if
Yes.
we go off a day, it's like we everyone's time is wasted, and we really don't like that.
Yes.
So, time is precious today, and when our guests give us time, we have to ensure that we are available. So, yes, we did that, ma'am. I completely agree with you that that is what is needed. So, we are going to start the rapid fire round. So you have to answer in one word or a statement. Keep it as short
Okay.
as possible. All
Okay.
right. So here we'll be starting with our very first question. You told me that you were not very good at studies, not about intelligence, but about the marks that you get. So were you a backbencher or a frontbencher?
Uh, Actually, ma'am, I was very shy in my nature.
Okay.
And being in joint family where number of siblings are more, maybe you're not given that much importance also. So that nature carries on with you, and that personality reflects on your marks also. But gradually, when I grew and when I was in 10th standard, I started liking subjects. Started understanding the subjects, because initially what we do rote learning. So when we
True.
grow, what we do, we start understanding the things. We don't study for marks, we study for understanding. And then my marks improved, my confidence improved in college also. Previously I used to take part in singing competitions, so that I don't have to face the audience. Then I started taking in dance and fashion shows. I started doing debate also. So confidence increases when you open up yourself, and that is happening when someone will help you. If no one is helping you, self help is the best help.
And I think, ma'am, self realization is very powerful. When you
Yes.
understand that learning is for you, it is not for marks, it is not for mark sheet something, it is for your own growth. That is when learning actually happens. And I think that is the best thing that happened with you. So, this is what we need. We need to teach our children that enjoy learning, not we should not force them to learn. So,
Yes.
wonderful. Going ahead in our next question. What are your hobbies? How do you spend your recreational time?
Lots of reading, observing people, especially psychological, observing their behavior. As I told you, I was meeting teachers. So one teacher I have met hardly 4 to 5 times because she is new joining. So today I called her, and first thing I said, Miss, I think you have this problem. And she was awestruck. Ma'am, how do you know about this? I said, ma'am, I am observing you from last 4 to 5 meetings that your body language is telling. So because I observed her, my guessing about her problem was correct. And then she spoke about it for half an hour. And when she was going out of my cabin, she felt, ma'am, I am feeling lighter today. Because someone was there to listen to me. So I am keen observer, good reader, good person to chat with, very chatty person, uh, good mother, many roles, many caps are on my head.
Great, great. That's wonderful. So you mentioned that during your school days, you started taking part in singing competition. So do you still sing?
Now my voice is so hoarse, I doubt, but I do sing at home. I do sing, and my daughter always praises me, Mama, your voice is so good. So I said after 4 or 5 years, when I will be a bit free from my kids, I will learn again dance and music, because that hobby is pending because of my workload and all. I love singing. I love dancing. I love cracking joke. I am very good in sarcasm jokes and all. So funny bone, you can say, when I am with friends and all. But again, very reserved also in that case.
All right. One hobby that you would advise all your students to pursue.
reading one thing, and secondly be healthy, eat healthy, because food affects our mood, our personality, especially from last 2 years. In the pandemic we had seen that their
Mhm.
body sizes are like growing, not in the right way. Maybe parents are paying attention, but they are at home and they are not eating properly, they are eating too much. So when your mental health, physical health is correct, you're reading, you're developing your mental health, you can grow. So my students read newspaper, read old magazine, read 5 lines a day, but read, because once a reader, always full of knowledge. That I believe in.
Completely agree with you, ma'am. Reading is something that all our students must practice and it should become the part of their hobbies as a routine. So, coming to the last question in this segment, which activity allows you to live a life which is full of adventure?
Saturday workshop with the teacher where we do fun activities with each other. We plan some kind of workshop which is not about academics, where we all are involved. We play games, maybe making something out of clay, doing some funny activity. Where the prizes or where the competition is not important, participation is important, where all feel ki they are free from their responsibility. So I believe in the activities where we all can be free, because see what is happening with Seema, that role of teacher is very difficult. They have to do lot of things which are not visible in front of parents, in front of us. We just pass the work to them, but again there are many segments of work which they have to do. So somewhere I feel ki they should be getting free atmosphere. So many activities where we can just chill, non academic, body language, yoga classes, maybe some music, which I try to incorporate with them, which is not possible always, but we do.
Right. Good activities they are to plan, and you were right that some things are needed to just switch your mind from your regular routine and come back to something fun, because we all look forward for that. Coming up to the last question in this segment, if you were given an opportunity to change one thing in school education, what would be that one thing that you would want to change first?
Syllabus.
Wonderful.
Too much is expected from the student to learn. Ultimately, languages teaches them the skill to speak. History, geography teaches them what was there in behind here and what will be there in future. And then math teaches them, I don't know what math teaches them, it is very 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 difficult to explain, because ultimately how to handle your finances. But why to burden them student with the 20 chapters, unnecessary chapters? Somewhere syllabus should be scrapped. Many chapters should be converted into activities, which I do in my school. Suppose we have 20 chapters, I never allow my teachers to teach all the 20 chapters. Teach 12, 8 convert into project or activity. So if parents ask me, I tell them it is not important that child should give all the 20 chapters as an examination, but let the child enjoy few chapters as an activity only. So they do
Right.
love that, because I believe that portion is very vast and too much is expected from the student. But in current scenario, child is overburdened because of that. They have become bookworm, and then we believe that they should have the 21st century skill. How is it possible? Just lighten up the syllabus. Let us have some easy examination or no examination. क्या होगा अगर एक एग्जाम बच्चा नहीं देगा? कुछ नहीं होगा, कुछ भी नहीं होता। आप 10th में 99 भी लाएंगे तो भी आप एक्स वाई कॉलेज में जाकर अल्टीमेटली आपको करियर में क्या करना है वो डिसाइड करता है आपको। आपका फैमिली बैकग्राउंड कैसा है वो डिसाइड करता है आपको। आपको फैमिली से कैसे सपोर्ट मिल रहा है, आपका फाइनेंशियल स्टेटस क्या है। सो वाई टू बर्डन एंड वाई टू weigh all the child on the same scale? We should not. Let us make examination system a bit easier. Let us reduce the portion. Let us don't put so much subject. I don't believe value education G can be taught through the textbook. Why? Values can never be taught through the textbook. Do we need how to behave with other through textbooks? Not required. GK, discuss current affairs. Why you need textbook for that? Again, examination low. Drawing. I am not good in drawing, but I have to give drawing examination because it is part of syllabus. Not correct. I am physically not fit, but I have to give marks to the child in PE, in yoga. Why so? Let us customize the result, customize the syllabus also, make it more approachable to the student, because next generation is full of stress. Parents are working, no time, nuclear family, and then we are giving so vast portion, so vast expectation, and all should be at par at 90. No one want to have 89%. कैसे चलेगा? कैसे चलेगा? फिर 70 वाले कहाँ जाएंगे? 60 वाले कहाँ जाएंगे? और फिर 40 50
Right.
वाले को तो कोई पूछेगा ही नहीं। एंड बिलीव मी, 10 साल बाद 40 50 वाले आपको लाइफ में आगे दिखेंगे, 90 वाले स्ट्रगल कर रहे होंगे करियर में। So maybe I am in education field, but percentage and all, I always tell my parent, understand your child's capacity and push a little bit to get more better, but don't compare your child with other. So I believe exam system and portion should be reduced.
Very true. It is certainly an eye-opener answer that you have given. Yes, syllabus is vast, and I don't know why. What's the point of learning so many things when Google is there for giving us the information? And you rightly said, teach the children, more of, experimenting so that they remember. They know how
Yes,
to apply the particular information
that's true.
rather than just bombarding them with information. And every day, every minute new information is coming. How much a child is supposed to learn? So, very true. Syllabus need to be done. And talking about this syllabus, we have the new education policy 2020 2020 coming in. So this brings to me to the very last question, which is about 2020. So ma'am, as we were talking about reducing syllabus, removing the stress of exams, making learning more fun, so NEP 2020 has been introduced and many educators, policymakers are talking about it. Schools are going to adopt it. But there are more questions than answers about the benefits of these policies. So tell me the challenges that NEP 2020 raises for school administration.
See, Seema ma'am, NAP 2020 is still on paper and it is looking very beautiful. Like a gift wrapped, it is looking beautiful. But once we will open the gift, it is not one day application. It will start applying from one point and then it will take around 10 years to properly move NAP 2020 into the current syllabus. First of all, NEP is prepared on particular platform or particular ideas. All schools are not fitting into that ideas. When I say child should be able to take music from grade 4 only, but school is not having a single instrument of music, how we expect? We believe बच्चों को burden नहीं होना चाहिए और हम बच्चों को एग्जाम का स्ट्रेस देते हैं। वी बिलीव कि बच्चों को बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट के ऑप्शन देने चाहिए और हमें उनको करियर के बारे में कुछ भी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है। जब मैं मेरे 10th के बच्चों से बात करती हूँ, दे आर क्लूलेस व्हाट दे वांट टू बिकम इन देयर लाइफ। व्हेन आई आस्क्ड देयर पेरेंट्स, दे सेड हम 10th के बाद डिसाइड कर लेंगे। एंड रियली इट हर्ट्स मी अ लॉट। ठीक है, आप सभी को डॉक्टर इंजीनियर नहीं बनना है, लेकिन आपको एक करियर तो सोच के चलना है ना। सो वेयर इज अ स्कूल वी आर स्टैंडिंग? Maybe we are established school, we may give facility. What about a school which are in remote areas? And then
Right.
we again weigh all of them on one scale. Again my question, if you believe NEP 2020 should be successful, kindly equip the schools with the facility, especially the government schools where everything is on paper but in reality there is nothing. Because I was professor in D.Ed college for 5 years, we used to go to school which are in villages. It was very pathetic condition. When we used to reach the school, teacher used to run in the field and bring 5 students कि कुछ तो क्लास में बैठ जाएंगे, and कहीं से पानी लीक कर रहा है, कहीं से क्लासरूम। एंड आई फील that my kids are privileged kids, they are getting all the facilities and still they find it studies hard. And these kids, they are in village with no facility and they are struggling to get the education. So please, with
Right.
NEP, make it a point that all the schools should be on the same platform. Otherwise, make a plan B also. Let them come to that level and let the school go to that level, so all will come on single platform, which is I feel a bit difficult. So NEP, we are going to apply, we are going to use it, but all school will come on the same platform, all school will have all the technical things, books, subject option, teachers available. I doubt it will take time. So NEP is big question mark for me. I have attended many workshop on NEP and I have seen even principals are confused about their rules.
Yeah.
When it was panel discussion, one of the meeting, and they were talking about their role. We have to be broad minded, we have to inculcate the subject. It is not easy. It is not easy. Once you change one textbook, parents make so much inquiries. You have to change the education pattern totally. So it requires time, it requires minute planning from zero. So we have to start with 5% NEP, then increase to 10%, 20%. Let parents also digest, let teachers also understand, let we also understand our role there. And then I think NEP will be successful. Government should have a proper training of principal first, because principal is the right person who will give this information in the school. Directly you
Right.
cannot start teaching, training the teachers. First train the principals, because principal believe that we have so many years of experience, so we know everything. No, it is not. Still after 20, 22 years of experience, I feel that I have to learn a lot. I call many colleagues and I ask many doubts, and I feel happy if I ask doubts. In spite of uh, dying with the confidence, I will die with less knowledge. I will ask in spite of being, oh, I know everything. No, we have to share the knowledge. We have to learn the skills. We have to understand what government expect from us. So it is request from government of India to have a first training with the principals, proper 1 month training, 2 month training, where they understand, and then only it will be applicable, and it should be applicable in a stepwise, which is already planned, which is already
Yeah.
planned by government, that it will be initiated slowly and gradually. And let us provide the facility to the schools which are lacking in that.
Very very honest advice, I guess, that this is something which is practically happening. So if you want a particular policy to take shape as it is drafted and executed in the form it should be, we need to focus whether all the schools are equipped or not. And ma'am, you very rightly have put in the light on the government schools, the conditions, how are we expecting NEP regulations over there, where which is very much needed. At least in other schools still there are practical learning skills are being taught. What about these schools? And you rightly said, what about these schools when everything is just haphazard? Government needs to focus there first. So yes, step by step implementation is the key. And let's see how does this go. The policy looks very promising and visionary, but the key lies in execution, and training the school heads is the first and the foremost step that is being suggested by ma'am here. So I think that is a very practical advice again, because when you train all the leaders, they in turn can train their teams, and this is how it can happen. So wonderful advices, ma'am. I thoroughly enjoyed today's conversation, ma'am. And Chandrakala, ma'am, today I'm inspired by your diligence and hope to stay focused on my goals too. You taught me today that what requires is a focus, that you need to be focused on what you do. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your time with us. We feel blessed and privileged to have you today.
Thank you, Seema ma'am. As I told you, still in the learning phase, and when such kind of interviews offered to me, I always feel awkward to speak there, because still I feel that पता नहीं मैं क्या बोलूँगी वहाँ पर, because I'm very blunt in my speaking, but I'm happy, because if we cannot raise our opinion, what is the use of being a leader then? You have to raise your opinion, right and wrong, let others decide. Thank you very much again. Very, very privileged to speak with you. And I know your journey is also very hard, but again, this is the quality of leader, to always smile and never to look back in their life. Be
Yeah.
positive. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. And I think, the person, all the best speakers, which whom I have found, there is one thing in common, that is they are themselves. Like you mentioned, that I'm a very blunt speaker. So just, yes, be yourself, because that is what is being authentically you. And when you are you, the words come from heart, and that is what connects to the audience. So this is one thing which needs to be followed by all the speakers, that be yourself. Don't try to copy anyone. Your style is what makes you a statement. So wonderful thoughts, ma'am. Thank you so much once again.